Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, this your boy Jimmy J Smooth, live and directed, full effect out the 832. Y'all already know how Jimmy J Smooth do. This is my boy Craig Smith, man. You know what I'm saying? He a real close friend of mine. I've been knowing him almost 10
On y'all.
years. We've been working at Federal Express. Uh, about 7 of those 10 years I've known you, something like that. So
Yeah, because you left 3 years before I did.
yeah,
Well,
correct.
2 years
So
before I did.
correct. So we just gonna do some sports talk, man. You know, just make some random sports thing, man. So
Okay.
take the floor, man. Now, man. So let's get on with this Alabama versus Clemson. What
All
the
right.
fuck is the playoff system is thinking right now?
Well,
Tell
from
me
my
that.
well, it's more the playoff committee. I'm gonna tell you something. I knew this was coming. Okay. First of all, if you look at my shirt, that's one. That's why. Because you look at it, okay, that's why. All right.
Yeah,
But I like Alabama. But to be honest, I think Ohio State should have got in to play Clemson. Now we get to see a rubber match between two of the top programs in the ACC and the SEC. And I ain't predicting no winners. So I'm not gonna talk about who I think need to win and all this other shit. But however, I think Lincoln Riley then wrote himself a check he ain't gonna be able to cash because he ain't faced a defense like Georgia. And what they did last night to Auburn, oh my God, dude. I think, because Lincoln Riley made this little statement about anytime they say, oh, we always our offense is fair and defense is fair better against anybody we play in the SEC. Okay, he ain't facing nobody like Kirby Smart. I'm sorry,
exactly.
Kirby. He ain't facing nobody like Kirby Smart, man. And I think they defense, Georgia, is like is like in the top five in 3 to 5 different categories defensively. So I haven't been following them, but what I think about these playoffs right now, I'll sit down because I'm moving around. What I think about these playoffs right now, I just think, really, I think this is more of a effing joke.
I agree.
And, it's more of a joke because I remember when I first started becoming a college football fan back like in 91. I remember the whole playoff system was like, well, it wasn't no playoff system. I remember the national championship was determined with whoever finished number one and whoever finished number two. That's how it need to go back. So with Clemson being the number one team in the nation right now and Oklahoma number two, that's what it need to be. So, uh, I mean, like I said, man, I don't know what all the bowl matchups is and stuff like that. I'm gonna look on that in a minute. But I got a funny feeling. And to be honest, I was looking for Alabama to possibly play Miami in a bowl.
Uh-huh.
I'm being honest, but I kind of knew. And see, I also got to give a middle finger to ESPN, man, because
Oh boy, you ain't
they,
shit.
no, they really don't need to be doing none of these shows and all this other shit. And they copying off NFL Network. Like, come on. Remember, I don't even know if NFL Network still do it. The schedule reveal showing to break down a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, fuck you need a damn. What the fuck you need a damn? Excuse my language for people who don't like to cuss, but I'm just being real. What the fuck do you need a damn college football selection playoff show? And then you got to take fucking 30 minutes and 30 minutes, if 30, by right, break down who you think it's supposed to be for about what, 5 to 10 minutes. Don't be breaking shit down no damn 30 damn minutes and all this other stuff. Then take the time again to want to break something down another 5 minutes. Come on, man. That's why I wish Fox Sports Live, well, Fox Sports One, who in my opinion got the best morning show there is. By the way, big shout out to the Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless, cause man, they and Boot thing, Joy Taylor, cause they hold it down, dog. I'd rather watch Undisputed
Let me
before,
get
huh?
okay. Let me get you a stat. The
All right.
Georgia Bulldogs, according to Winsipedia.com, they are 15-5 against current Big 12 teams. So that's a stat to throw out there. So the likelihood of Oklahoma beating them is very slim. You know what I'm saying? Now let me go to Oklahoma's versus the SEC.
They
Oklahoma
2 and
versus
0
the
against they 2 and 0 against SEC teams in the Sugar Bowl. We know
yeah,
that
and the Sugar Bowl, correct?
because thanks to AJ
Oklahoma,
McCarron, we gave him that one. And
hold on, give me a
Auburn, they just
second.
didn't show up.
Against current SEC teams, most of their wins come against Texas A&M and Missouri, which is why they have a bigger record. They're 109 versus 46. So I
That's
think
pretty
if you
impressive.
take away the A&M 85 of those wins, I think that those wins would not be they wouldn't have as many wins. You know what I'm saying? I don't got enough time to subtract from that. you know,
Yeah,
I think they
yeah.
would. Yeah,
But now
because
I'm finna walk back in the bedroom in a
go
minute and
ahead.
see what they talking about now about with the bowls. But
Yeah,
they got but right now they got Ohio State fifth and Wisconsin sixth. And as I predicted, I knew Wisconsin wasn't going to show up. I'm sorry, Wisconsin wasn't going to show up because see, whoever they play, Ohio State. Well, it's not just Ohio State. I think every team that Wisconsin has played has exposed them for what they were. Wisconsin don't have a good quarterback. I don't even think they had a good quarterback since R.W.
yeah,
Russ. That was their best and only quarterback that they had. And that's when these dudes are scoring points. I'm charging my phone up, folks. That's when these dudes are scoring points and everything all out the frame, a mix of a run and pass game. Now they got these guys here that don't even know how to. And I'm a shoot on quarterbacks here. You got all these quarterbacks now that can't fucking read the defense to save their damn life.
yeah.
And you got all these folks on here. See, that's why I like listening on Fox Sports One. See, I like listening to guys like uh Matt Leinart, former quarterback
Uh,
himself. He even said on record that he said some of these quarterbacks today lack the fundamentals. I
yeah,
mean, that's true. And Jimmy, excuse me, and I've gone on record and said that that all these quarterbacks today lack fundamentals. One dude that I do know that lacks some very good fundamentals, and he got some flaky character issues. He's in the league right now playing for Tampa Bay. That's Winston. You know, he's not. He's really not a good quarterback to me.
yeah.
And and you look at and like I post on the Sports Talk group on Facebook. You look at all the last three quarterbacks that Jimbo Fisher has had. Christian Ponder, yeah, he was okay when he was there, but when he got in the NFL, he didn't last long. EJ Manuel, he's still barely hanging by a thread on the job because with a job because he got one foot in the grave and the other in the banana peel, and a gun pointed in the back of his head.
But you know what? One
'Cause-
thing I will say about EJ Manuel though is EJ Manuel, the first year he came in the league, he got injured, and then all of a sudden
Yep.
Tyrod Taylor took his position.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like he was in a situation to where he was fucked anyway.
Yep.
And
And then
I
when he
think,
came out of Florida
but
State, I mean, he had thrown for 27 interceptions in one season. I mean, but he still made first round. That was like, huh? You know,
didn't he go 4-0 bowl games too? Though he was undefeated in bowl games because I think he's the second quarterback or third quarterback to go 4-0 in bowl games too.
mm-hmm. And they were all cupcake bowl games. But I don't even
Yeah,
know if he went to a BCS bowl or what. But
Northern Illinois because I was in Miami when
yeah,
Florida
because
State
dude
the
from
Florida
Northern
State
Illinois got to
played.
talking smack. And yeah, I
Yeah,
think that game there put EJ Manuel on the map because he played like he was with it. And I think the NFL they evaluated him off that one performance right there. But then the year after, so but yeah, but like I said, man, I'm kind of with this playoff selection and all this other stuff because I can go on ESPN and look at the who all in bowls and stuff like that. But I'm just, and me speaking that, I like Alabama, and and my partner on mine by the name of Trey, he said I was a turncoat for Florida State. I like Florida State, but
Ah! Oh, you
you know,
crazy shit.
I still like him, man. But you look at Florida State, and I think Jimbo, and I'm gonna be honest with you, man, and it's like what I said, what I told you on Facebook, what I think really what the real reason was. That's one reason he probably got on down. But the second reason is this: I think the fans got was getting tired of Jimbo. You know, I mean, yeah, he had some suspect years, good years, some were okay and stuff like that, but his offense, man, he didn't want to change his offense. I mean, when your quarterback gonna be got to do all the work for you, that's too much.
I agree.
I mean, look at James Winston. James Winston damn near had 30 interceptions in that when they got their ass whipped by Oregon. You know, he went from having barely having interceptions, and to me, that was Jimbo's best team, that 2013 championship team.
I
That,
agree.
and I think Auburn could have beat them if it wasn't for some questionable coaching on Malzahn. Well, I'm put it like this: when you look at that game again, Malzahn had the better game plan, offensively and defensively, especially defense, because Auburn that Auburn team didn't really have a good pass rush, but they secondary man accounted for that. And that
Yeah.
and that secondary that year, man, was just a fucking monster because a lot of teams were scared to pass on them.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of scared to pass on them. I mean that as far as the run, yeah, that front seven was capable of stopping the run, but they wasn't able to stop that pass like that secondary was. They gave James Winston hell, and I think that Auburn team that year could have won the title game. Like I said, with some shoddy, questionable coaching and stuff like that, and that's that. It was a couple of missed opportunities, but that's all in the past. But
Hmm.
I don't know about it, man. Really, when you think about it, man, this playoff thing is a joke. Seriously. I mean, we get
I agree. I
I
agree.
and I knew we was gonna get Clemson and Alabama part three somewhere down the line.
Yeah.
This game and that I'm gonna break this game down. I don't feel it because I already broke Oklahoma and Georgia down. I think the best way,
Right.
because I think the only time Oklahoma's defense will step up is against the SEC team. And I
Yeah.
think whoever Georgia's offensive coordinator is, they need to alternate the run game because they did a little throwback there. Kirby did a little throwback there, alternated like how Mark Rick used to do. Nick Chubb and then the other guy and then this and that here. Do a run back by committee, F them up. Use a lot of misdirection. Come on with something original. F up Oklahoma, F up Oklahoma. Then with your defense, apply pressure on Lincoln Riley because I'm gonna tell you something. What a lot of people don't know about Oklahoma, man, their offensive line weak. I be noticing that, man. Their offensive line is weak. It's like really
I
what makes
agree.
them look good. What makes Oklahoma's offense look good to keep them from showing a weakness. They hurry up and no huddle. Now TCU they
Exactly.
had a right game plan. And by the way, fuck y'all TCU. Y'all can two times in a row y'all can't beat Oklahoma. But y'all be the first one to complain about not making the playoff. Here's a solution for your team: beat Oklahoma, and y'all got a chance to beat them next year because Lincoln Riley is gone. So it's no excuse. But
Man, that's some.
Clemson and Alabama, I'm gonna tell you something. I like Clemson. Clemson got a weakness I'm sharing in a minute, but we all know what Alabama's weakness is, and I'm gonna tell you two names: Jalen Hurts and Calvin Ridley. Enough said, because
And you know
that
what?
fuck.
And you
Because
know the
hold
thing
on,
is,
hold up, because that fuck boy shit that them two pulled against Auburn, bruh, y'all, especially Hurts. I ain't got nothing to say, man. I mean, and then this one I don't get. You got Chris Winkie. Bama got Chris Winkie on their staff to be the quarterback coach, but all of a sudden, you gonna all of a sudden change your title to offensive assistant. Nigga, folk, I ain't gonna call him that.
ah,
I ain't gonna call him that. Dude, If you got hired for that job title, that's what your job title is supposed to be. Yeah, you sucked as a QB coach with your favorite coach, Jimmy, Field Goal Fisher, but he he sucked as a QB coach with Field Goal Fisher with Jared Goff. Ooh, what a difference a day make. Look what Jared Goff doing with the Rams right now to that young cat.
Oh my
Big
God.
props to him.
Field
Huh?
goal, goddamn Fisher. This nigga bought a field goal, goddamn Fisher. Oh my
That's your that's your coach Chris Winkie brought up. But
somebody need to
Clemson
shoot the
man,
shit. Hey, go ahead.
but Clemson dog, they I gotta give it to Brett Venables, man. The hottest, best defensive coordinator is in the league, bar none, in the nation, bar none.
Right.
He
Gotcha.
put and what he did to Miami, ooh, ooh.
I mean, Miami ain't took a L like that the whole fucking year.
They didn't score
Even
no
probably.
points, bro. Hey, but what I like about what Brett and see, that's who Nick Saban should have went after, dog.
Mhm.
And Brett Venables, man, come on. When they played Oklahoma in 2015, and Oklahoma got talking all this shit, talking about, oh, we know what Brett gonna do. We gonna tear him up. If I recall, Jimmy, didn't Oklahoma get their ass whooped by Clemson? Oklahoma's only managed to score 15 points in the final 2 minutes of the game. He just Venables' defense said, look, I don't want to hurt my boy that much. Just go and give him a freebie.
Exactly.
Venables applied, and then, but I'm gonna tell you what put him on the map. Look what he did in Ohio State, though.
Talking about Clemson, right?
I ain't never seen. Yes, I have never seen Ohio State take an ass whooping like that. Shut out. Ohio State didn't even get in midfield against them dudes last year in the Fiesta Bowl.
Yeah.
And I got a feeling. I'm saying this right here, Jimmy. You can bank it. You can go to the nearest casino down in Texas or Louisiana Pipeline or come to Tunica, Mississippi and make book on it. I'm saying this right here. I like Alabama. Jalen Hurts is going to get humbled again. And the score, it's going to be close, but Hurts is going to get humbled. I'm sorry. He going to get humbled.
I don't know.
Bama going to take Bama,
I don't know because
Bama going to take the win. Bama going to take the win. But it's barely by 3. And Clemson got a weakness too. Kelly Bryant, he kind of at times. You don't know what Kelly Bryant you're gonna get. You don't know if you're gonna get the one that played his ass off against Miami last night, or if you're gonna get the one that's just sucked in some games. Don't know. The run game gonna be pretty good, but I really think Bama, if they want to beat Clemson, Jeremy Pruitt gonna have to come with it with the defensive game plan. Because last year's defensive game plan was a bunch of bullshit. It was just like, especially with the play that won Clemson the game. Them fools ran the same play. And he didn't even defend it. So Pruitt, so I'll put it like this. The Heat gonna be on Alabama.
True.
I'm saying this live right here. I like Bama, but now all eyes on the Tide. So
I agree.
I say Alabama gonna win this close.
I agree. I think Alabama's going to beat these people. And it would not even shock me if they fucked around and won a national championship. This is just how big of a fuck shit. This how big of a fuck shit selection that I've seen in my life. You know what I'm saying? And that's not a knock on Alabama. Even though I'm a Tennessee fan / Memphis University of Memphis fan, and you're our biggest rival outside of Auburn. You know what I'm saying? The thing is, I respect Alabama, but they didn't deserve to be in the playoff. Somebody like the Big 12 championship winner, who won the Big 12?
But I'm gonna tell you what got them in. They strength the rank of schedule.
Strength of schedule.
Because it was the SOR rank, whatever it is, they schedule a rank. Because ESPN showed it was 3 teams: Bama, Ohio State, USC. USC had a better record against the top 10 at 5-2. Ohio State was 4-2. Bama was 3-2. But they SOR rank, Bama was 4th, Ohio State was 7th, and USC was 5th.
Right. So,
Hmm.
damn. So,
Hmm.
but why can't they honor conference fucking champions?
I don't know.
And we just got an update.
That's a good question there, but I don't know,
ESPN,
man.
ESPN had just reported that sources saying the Giants' head coach may be fired by Monday.
It ain't no
Which,
maybe. It ain't no maybe. He was fired when he lost the team weeks ago.
yeah. So that's the thing is, but the thing is, uh, I don't give a fuck about the NFL personally, but I'll talk
Me.
about college football all day, college basketball all day, and NBA all day. But
Speaking of NFL, I wanted to ask you about something. Go ahead.
go right ahead, go do your thing. You know, you talk about the NFL. What's up with that?
Well, it's just one thing. I just need to know something. Did Malcolm Jenkins sell out? In your opinion?
Uh, I'm getting word that he did, but if he took the payola, I think he did sell
He
out.
did.
If
I
that's
believe
what
he did, man.
payola, then he's a fucking sellout. Let's just end the discussion. that he's a
Mm-hmm.
fucking sellout. He's a tap dancing, shucking and jiving, Mr.
Mm-hmm. Buck
Bojangles ass
dancing.
coon for doing some
You're gonna
coon
raise your
shit.
fist in there, then you're gonna sell us down the river. Wow.
But
But man,
I still
but
think I still think Colin Kaepernick has a case though,
yeah.
for inclusion though. I think he
Yep.
still has a case because highly divided with Jerry Jones on this getting Roger Goodell giving Roger Goodell a contract extension, which shows how racist these motherfuckers is because Roger Goodell has did everything he can. He's destroyed the NFL by you know what I'm saying, putting that personal player conduct policy in place to fuck up people's careers and livelihoods and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then he suspended Ezekiel Elliott, which who I got the crying Jordan memes on the top of the screen. He suspended Ezekiel Elliott when it was evidence that by the sheriff and the investigator for the NFL completely said this man did nothing wrong. So when you suspend a guy in spite of that, you are a racist. Fuck all that. That is clearly about race because there's quite a few white boys, especially kickers, that had the media not put him on blast, he would have got a slap on the wrist by the NFL. You got white players far worse than this guy, than some of these black players that have been
Mm-hmm.
suspended or banned out the league. These guys have done far worse than these black players, and
Mm-hmm.
they still get a slap on the wrist. He does something, oh, he's out the league, or he's getting a big ass suspension like Ezekiel Elliott is.
Mm-hmm.
The NFL. NFL can suck complete ass and balls put together. That's the way I
Hell
see
yeah.
it.
That way, and see, that's why I ain't following too much, and that's it because, man, right now I really just don't care. In certain games, I will admit live with him. In certain games, I will catch. You know, I watched a couple of Green Bay games.
Right. Well, here's the thing. I'll say this: if you got a family member in the NFL, or you just got one particular team that you'll just watch, because what a lot of
Mhm.
people do traditionally is we'll watch other people's teams. But if you just got
Right.
one team that you just really like and you just want to go catch a game, I don't knock a person who will watch one game or have a family member who play in the NFL, just for support. I get that part. But I feel like if you don't have a particular team and you still watching the NFL, I think a motherfucker's a coon, goddammit, as far as I'm concerned. But if
Hmm.
you just got a team that you like so much, and you'll just catch one game or supporting another
Yeah.
family member, I get that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna call everybody who supports the NFL a coon. But I feel like if you ain't got no team and you black, I'm speaking for black people. You know what I'm saying? I'm not
Hmm.
speaking for all other people because, as far as I'm concerned, some of those other people can hold their nuts for the most part.
Yeah. Oh,
But I
by the way, did
digress.
you see my response to that dude on Twitter when he said something about that I'm a hero to the people?
this dude was just emotional. He was just being emotional when he.
That's why I say he was all in his feelings. He talking about when he said, well, whatever, Lee McElwain on Twitter. The guy gonna tell me that I'm a hero to the people, and I just posted up a gif of that 1968 Olympics with the fist raised, and I said thanks. So.
my thing is, as fans, as a Tennessee fan, he's 100% right. We won.
Who he is?
No, I'm just saying, as a Tennessee fan.
Okay.
We got to do better.
I know he was right. I mean, because, who didn't like Tennessee? I like them. They don't mean they're my favorite, though. I mean.
Exactly.
And it, and it's just, I stand by my opinion, guys, because just like the, just like the last several weeks, they've been acting like the fucking Cleveland Browns organization. All these, playing musical chairs. The AD getting fired because when he was told not to do something, he did it anyway. I mean, that's why I just said. You look at the mess the Browns in. I mean, shit. I mean, what more can I say?
I think
because if they had not, and I told you the cruel irony of what happened to Curry, right? Curry was the same dude that fired Philip Fulmer, who in turn gets fired by who?
Philip Fulmer.
Philip Fulmer.
You know the fucked up part about that is they had to pay out so much money to fucking Philip Fulmer. They had to make a huge payout for Philip Fulmer to leave because I think he had like 3 or 4 years left on his contract.
Hell yeah.
He went on the farm, and ever since then they couldn't find no coach to even match Philip Fulmer.
And then and dude didn't even agree with my point though. I said, come on, Lane Kiffin, Derek Dooley, and Bitch Jones. And
Bitch Jones.
Dooley was a disaster. Kiffin was just an immature jackass, and Bitch Jones was a Brian Kelly boy. Wherever Brian Kelly went, but Jones is sure to follow.
Exactly. Bitch Jones needs to stick with mid-major schools because he'll never win on a major.
He need to go back to the MAC.
He do better coaching MAC teams. He don't need to coach another SEC, Big 12, Big 10 teams. And with that being said, I think Charlie Strong, because I think his name is coming up with some of these coaching searches. Charlie Strong needs to stay in South Florida.
Thank you. Yep.
He just needs to stay in South Florida.
He got something in place. I don't even think South Florida, they only lost one game. I don't even think they ranked.
South Florida lost to UCF and somebody else. I think it was Navy.
I don't even think they ranked anymore.
Yeah, but with Charlie Strong, he's got something good going over there in South Florida. I mean, I agree that his offensive system sucks a horse ass, but he can build that program.
That dude fucked Quinn Flowers up, bro. Because I think, my opinion, that offense Willie Taggart ran was perfect for him. And that's what and I think that's from what I was reading. That's what all the players wanted. Wanted Sterling Gilbert to run, but Sterling didn't want that. He wanted him to run that power vertical game. He believed in the deep ball. Quentin Flowers is not a deep ball kind of dude. When you look at Willie Taggart's offense, who, in my opinion, I'm glad he's staying in Eugene, but the dude, he need to break out of his ways and being too fucking conservative and standing on the sidelines and smiling in his face all the time when he know he done fucked up. But Taggart runs more of a mix between Bill Walsh West Coast type system with a mix of what Al Borges ran at what Al Borges and Tommy Tuberville ran at Harvard. So yeah, that's more suited for Flowers than what Gilbert running. Yeah, Charlie's offensive system is what you said. But I give him point though. His defense is top notch.
Ever since he became the co-offensive coordinator at Florida,
defensive coordinator.
Co-defensive coordinator was the other guy, the other white guy.
He's learned Jeff Collins.
Jeff Collins. When he was on that first national championship team, and then he became the full defensive coordinator on the second national championship team.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? He flourished as a defensive coordinator because after the other guy left to the Baltimore Ravens to coach their defense, that second national championship team that Florida had, that defense was stout, man. That defense was a beast, dog. So
yeah, and I think Charlie ran he ran the 4-3 by default. He ran a 4-3 with a lot of dime and nickel in it. That's what made it so good. But I think his defense, and when he took the job at Louisville, I mean I like what he did in Louisville, and everybody felt he should have stayed in Louisville.
I agree because he had something good.
But if he did, he should have stayed at Louisville. But I think had he stayed, Lamar Jackson wouldn't have been the beast he is now. So
I don't know because he did a great job with Teddy Bridgewater. And Bridgewater should have been in Miami, but Bridgewater backed up at the last minute and went on to Louisville. So he did a great job with it.
When Bridgewater gave his reason why, I don't blame him. I mean, I think it had something to do with how the program was. I mean, I don't blame him. I mean, yeah, Louisville was a good start for him, and he ain't paying to be shit now in the NFL. So
the problem with him is he get hurt too much. I ain't gonna say he ain't shit in the NFL, but he can't stay healthy, and when you can't stay healthy, that's a problem for a lot of quarterbacks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you can't stay healthy, you know what I'm saying? So I don't fault him for, you know what I'm saying? Because, sometimes they could be on the offensive line, sometimes they could be on the player. I mean, a number of things could happen in that retrospect.
Yeah.
So he just get hurt a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because when he plays, he plays pretty well. Especially
he does. I give it to him. I mean, and then when he was there at Louisville, they did run the West Coast offense, and that's what he was good at.
Right.
Because Strong hired some pretty good offensive guys. Sterling Gilbert wasn't one of them. He had some pretty good dudes that was well versed in that system, and it worked.
And then he beat Miami and Florida, a damn good Florida team. I think they were like 11-2. Florida.
Yeah, in the Sugar Bowl, tore their ass up.
In the Sugar Bowl, beat the shit out of them. You know what I'm saying? So that I think him being at Louisville would have done a good job. But I think Charlie Strong, don't go for another big head coaching gig. Just stay where you at. Build your resume up. And if you want to leave after you built your resume up for 5 or 6 years, then do that. But don't just take the first, because what a lot of coaches do, they take the first coaching gig that somebody give them, and it don't work out for them because one, they can't recruit in that city. I mean, in that city, or you know what I'm saying? And they get their coaching get exposed. Same thing with Bitch Jones. Bitch Jones had 3 straight recruiting classes that was in the top 5, and a top 15 fucking recruiting class. If you can't improve with that type of talent, you didn't major college
need
football.
your ass whooped.
3
No, you can't improve that type of talent. You don't need to be coaching.
The thing was, and the reason why my expectation was high because of who he was recruiting. Tennessee shouldn't have lost no more than 2 games last year, and I'm not talking about this year, that just passed. I'm talking about last year, that 10-3 team. They should have been in the SEC championship game with that team that he had.
I'm gonna tell you what.
Go ahead.
The team before that team that did beat Oklahoma, but Butch Jones gave. That Butch Jones gave to him. That should have been the least challenging for the SEC championship game too. But they went to the I don't even know if they made a bowl or not, but I know last year they played a Northwestern team. They beat the brakes off of them.
They made the bowl. They made a bowl game, I think his first 3 years, and then he fucked up this year real bad.
Oh
extremely
man,
bad. And the
I
thing is
told you
that,
about that, didn't it? The reason why he didn't take that quarterback out because he married to his goddaughter.
man, that dude is garbage. The dude that they had off the bench, what's the black kid they had playing? They
That
had, but he
talking about
was
last
good. He
year.
was better than, huh?
Talking
Not
about
last
last
year,
year, this year. I
this
don't
year.
know.
I think because he's a freshman, I think just like the other guy, but he
Because
was
that's who the
pretty good.
Vols fans that's who the Vols fans wanted in the game. But Butch Jones is sticking with that dude because the old boy, the sorry white boy, I'm calling him this live, y'all. It's sorry ass white boy.
Exactly.
The reason why he started him was because he married to Butch Jones's goddaughter. So what?
Exactly. That shouldn't stop you from winning, man. And hopefully the UT Vols find a good coach.
Definitely.
I'll take Les Miles at this fucking point. I mean, Les Miles is garbage, but I'll take him at this point, man. Let's be honest with you. You know,
Yeah,
I
when desperate time call for desperate measures, yeah, I'll give it to Les. But and I'm pretty sure you and I and everybody else who agree on here that follow college football, the one thing that's hanging over Les's head is what?
but
Offense.
that offense, yeah, yeah, yep, yep,
And if former your boss, he gonna want you to run a pass first, run later offense.
yeah.
Hell, because I got to give it to Philip Fulmer. He recruited he recruited some pretty good quarterbacks during his stay there in Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
Some guy by the name of Peyton Manning is one.
Placey Clausen, T. Martin,
Casey Clausen, T. Martin, Heath
uh,
Schuler.
Eric Ainge. I mean,
Yep.
he was okay quarterback. I mean, I'm not gonna completely shit on Eric Ainge, even though he fucked up certain games. Anyway,
Ain't that Danny Ainge's son?
that's Daddy Ainge's nephew.
Okay.
That's not his son. That's his nephew.
Now I liked it Eric Ainge, man, but see, I'm gonna put it like this. My gripe with Eric, okay, Eric was clutch at times, but Eric couldn't take no fan criticism, bro.
Exactly.
He couldn't take no
Yeah.
fan. Son, he did take, and it was like when they want, like when the media went, he never talked to the media, and kind of ironic, he never liked talking to the media, but he working for the media department.
Tennessee Media Department.
Mm-hmm.
And I know Tennessee. And another thing, Tennessee could have had Phil Simms' son,
Yeah.
but I think he backed out and went to
Texas.
Texas because he verbally committed to Tennessee after they won the national title, and then he had a change of heart, which I don't know why he had a change of heart, but it is what it is. On
Chris
that.
was pretty good, man. His dad was sorry as fuck. But
Phil Simms,
yep.
yeah, Phil did his thing because of a good defense.
Yep.
He had a good
And
defense.
he really was one of the best offensive systems that evolved. And I think you had to put Phil in the right system. He would probably be Hall of Fame,
Yeah,
like a West Coast.
and then he got hurt that year with Jeff Hostetler running the helm, and they won the Super Bowl that year. He got 2 rings.
And
One, he
then
got hurt.
Hostetler went to Oakland. That man cut up. Shit.
Yeah,
Hostetler, man, the years he was at Oakland, bro.
dude
I'm
was
like,
and the thing is, there is no fucking way the not Dallas, but the San Francisco 49ers should have lost to that fucking New York Giants team. No
what, in
fucking way in
91?
hell. 91 team. I think they were 15-1 and they lost in the conference. I think they the first
No, they
team
were
to lose.
14-2. Yeah, they lost on the because they went for the fake field goal, and whoever ran that stuff for 30 yards right in the field goal range. I'm like, golly. And then Joe Montana got hurt too.
Yeah, that was a key factor because they wide receiver wasn't Jared Rice. It was number 82.
Robert Taylor.
Robert Taylor. Robert Taylor was whooping they motherfucking ass in that game. And then Joe Montana got hurt. That was all she wrote for fucking for the
Yep.
fucking San
49ers.
Francisco 49ers.
Yep.
They would have won a third straight Super Bowl. There was no ifs, ands, and buts about. They would have went on and beat the shit. They would have beat the shit out of the Buffalo Bills.
Oh hell yeah.
They would have killed. They would have ran the scoreboard up on the Buffalo Bills.
Buffalo would have hung in there, but
You know-
shit. George Seaver was also running that defense too, and I think they had like the best defense that year. And I think I pulled up something. Yeah, I'm messing with my hair, man, because back of my head itching after I got it cut. I think I mentioned something about, they were talking about how good the '86 Giants were. Like they were the best defensive team. Because I pulled them stats up I posted them stats up on the Sport Talk. They had like the second best defense. They were second total. 19th against the run and second against the pass.
You talking about the '86 Bears?
The 86 Giants. No, the 86 Bears, they were, I think they were like, with the only category the 86 Bears weren't in, like in top 5 or top 10 was in points allowed. They was like 16th.
Yeah, because they got out of that 46 defense when they played a whole other defensive system when Buddy Ryan had left, but they were still good defense with what they had.
Yeah, they were playing that. They were playing the 4-3 over.
Yeah, so they did their thing.
The 4-3 over front, and they still was like number 1.
Oh yeah, they had a damn good.
That 86 Bears team could have won the Super Bowl though if they had just beat Washington.
Yeah, but Washington had a good defense on their own too though that year. They had one of the best secondaries in the league that year.
Dale Green,
Barry Wilburn of Melrose High School, and what's the other guy named? Darryl Green, Todd Bowles at safety. Who's the is he still the head coach of the Jets or no?
Yeah.
Todd Bowles is a good player. People don't realize. Yeah, people forget how good of a player he was, but he was a damn good player. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
His stats didn't always come up in showing, but he was a heavy hitter. So, as a player. So I'm not shocked that he got a head coaching job, but he probably just needs to go back to being a defensive coordinator. If he loses this Jets job, I think he needs to go back and be a defensive coordinator for a while. Because he did a damn good job with the Arizona Cardinals defense.
Oh hell yeah!
Because
Hey, speaking of coordinators, there was one coach that Curry was looking at, Curry was looking at, Jim Bob Cooter. But I think because of the offense he run with the Lions, Jim Bob he happy. I'll call him JB. JB happy where he at. Because the offense he running with the Lions, that's a good fit for Matt Stafford, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it puts points up on the board. It puts yardages up on the board. And it is nothing complicated because like I remember I was watching the Tom Landry Football Life. I remember something what Drew Pearson said that the NFL, he said NFL along the NBA are copycat leagues. Whatever offense that college is running, the NFL got to have it too. Which is true.
Yeah, he's from Tennessee. Speaking of Jim Bob Cooter, I'm like, with a name like that, this motherfucker got to be the most countryest motherfucker in the history of country, motherfucker. So yeah,
what I was reading about when they asked the Lions, what is he as away from the field? When he talked to, he said he real as he can get. And I just said he don't like a lot of. He said that one of the players said that the most stupidest thing. He said Jim Bob Cooter. He said he don't like all that racist shit. He said because that's really the most stupidest thing he's ever today.
Yeah.
But
he's a damn good offensive coordinator.
He's
a damn good offensive coordinator. I just wish that Calvin Johnson was still playing a little bit. If I was watching, but I think Calvin Johnson made the right decision by retiring early. It was a little young for him to retire, but it was like at that point, he didn't.
Yeah, then the Lions wanted that man to come back. He told them no.
Yeah, and he had the second most yardage in history versus the Cowboys against a cover 2 defense. against what's the boy Money Kiffin's defense.
Money Kiffin and Rob Marinelli.
He had the second most yards. Only Flipper Anderson had the most yards. I think he had 335 uh, yards in the game, and I think Calvin Johnson was somewhere around 326. But that was in
Right.
regulation. Flipper Anderson had his yards in overtime, so that's the major difference.
Right.
So
Yep.
yeah.
Man. But yeah, we was talking with the sports and everything, but let me I hate to get off subject, Jimmy, because I'm gonna shoot from the hip about something. Because I don't know if you had heard about it the past, well, the night before Thanksgiving, from our old, well, someone at our old place of employment had got killed. Okay, I'm not gonna say the lady's name because if because I don't know if this lady's family gets on YouTube and all this other stuff. So I'm doing it out of respect to them. But
Uh huh.
I'm not. But I'm not trying. I'm not gonna in the way, shape, or form. I am gonna bash FedEx World Hub a little bit because I'm just gonna say this: if Tennessee OSHA and Memphis PD, along with other folks higher up, gonna do what they say that what they're gonna do, I hope FedEx get what's coming to them. Because you and I both know when we working out there, man. It's be a lot of unsafe safety practices out there and everything. And I mean, and I wouldn't want to work for a company anymore, man, that already has three deaths, three, three deaths in 3 years on their heads right now. And out of those three, one of them was just stone cold blooded murder. And I can't, I can't fathom how people that's been out there 20 and 30 some years and all this other shit don't think that there's nothing wrong with working with a company out there like that. No matter what job you're at, whether it's my job where you work, and I know you say you work for a piping company or any other job, and to all my listeners out there, let me tell you something. Your day,
Uh huh.
your day at your job depend on the next person that's working with you. You got
That's
to make
true.
sure they have to make sure it's not only them, it's a trickle effect. You have to make sure, like, Jimmy, if I'm working alongside with you, we both depend on each other about how our day go. We both making sure, hey, we depend on one another, make sure we get home safe, go home, rest, take a shower, eat shit, sleep, do whatever we want to do. That depend on us. And some of them, everybody we work with, they have families. They have a child, they have a children to go home to. They have a wife or a common law wife, baby mama to go home to till they decide to say I do or whatever. They got a couple of them home or in women's case, baby daddies and guys, baby mamas to go home to or whatever. But
Exactly.
but but like I said, man, it saddens me that the people that I've known that are out there, they have really just become slaves to that whole company, man. They are letting what they get in their bank accounts run them. They
Okay.
letting them control them. That's why I said I've never been a slave to money. Never. I go out
Yeah.
here, like I get up every morning 3 o'clock, leave out this house 3:30, get to work 10 minutes, about 5 to 10 minutes till I start up work from 4 to 12, from 4 to 12:30. And when I come home, hey, it's all business. My thing is this: I had that mentality. Like, I want to make sure I get my job done, and go home and be able to look out for the next person before somebody else get hurt. Cause I'm glad, man, that I'm not out there. Because who knows? I would have been. Hey, one of us would have been out there under that loader. We got crushed, and then FedEx explained to our folks, oh well, this such. Like I said about the murder, what happened out there 3 years ago. It was stone cold blooded murder. But you know what FedEx do? They settle with the family. Hush money to keep to
You
keep their
know
mouth
what?
shut.
And I'm gonna tell you something about that. If somebody dies on that job, it's in their the handbook. They got to give 250,000 to the family for accidental death insurance
Mm-hmm.
off the rip. You
Mm-hmm.
know, regardless if it's
Mm-hmm.
their fault, if it's the person's fault, they have to give that off the rip a lot of times. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? So, um,
Yeah.
I like the benefits of FedEx. I just don't. I just never liked it. The slavery that went on with FedEx. If I'm saying it right, the slavery of FedEx. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because the benefits is damn good. I've got to
Oh hell
travel.
yeah.
I got to travel practically all over this country going through
Yeah.
FedEx. So
Well, I never had a chance to because I mean cut y'all. I never had a chance to take advantage of some of the stuff like with the jump seat and all that. But it's just like I said, it's I left because man, uh, I tied the knot 2 years ago. That's one reason. But it was just time for me to go. But I'm gonna tell you this: I had mentally quit 3 years ago. When you mentally quit, you
hmm
know, you already know what's up. It's just like,
yeah,
man, man, fuck this, and
yeah.
all
I
these,
mean,
and then this what kills me. The people out there, they complain about not getting enough hours and everything. Like one girl I know, man, she been out there at that job for almost 10 years, and she just not decided to get her ass in a fucking tug, and had just not decided to take her ass to a fucking tug class. You complain about you want hours and make money, but you too fucking stupid, or you let alone you got some folks that work out there worry about what their friend gonna do, or listen to what their friend tell them. Oh, don't listen to Craig, cause he don't know what the fuck he talking about, or don't listen to Jimmy, cause Jimmy don't know what he talking about. But then when it hit the fan, when you looking in your wallet and you only got a receipt along with a dollar bill, and then your bank account looking negative, and you got a house payment and stuff due coming up, and you can't make your house payment, hey, you gonna have to do something, you
and
know?
the thing that kills me about Memphis in particular, the politicians out there in Memphis are not bringing any kind of jobs out there. Now, I will admit they are trying to bring Amazon if they haven't already brought them down there. If they have, then please correct me on that. But I'll give them credit where credit
I
is due on that.
Yeah.
Amazon, but they need to bring more jobs to Memphis so people won't have to slave themselves to that one job. Because if you think about
Mm-hmm.
it, FedEx, I think in relation to population and worker percentage, I think they make up like 20% of the population in Memphis, from what I understand.
Yeah,
If
they
you
do.
combine,
Well, I think just going
yeah,
around, I think 30%.
30%, yeah. So it's somewhere in that neighborhood. If you include up the global travel, those office, and then if you include the office up in
Mm-hmm.
Germantown Southwind, if you include some of those offices and stuff like that,
The trade network.
networks and stuff like that, that's like 30% of the city of Memphis working for
Mm-hmm.
Federal Express. So Memphis got to do better than
Yep.
that because the politicians, because of course Fred Smith got the politicians' pockets, he got all the attorneys' pockets
Mm-hmm.
loaded. So it's very hard to sue FedEx if you plan on suing the guy. I mean, I talked to people uh, that sued FedEx, and the only reason why they were able to win their lawsuits was they got other employers and managers to come to testify, and they had
Mm-hmm.
to give them some money on the side too. You know what I'm saying? Because it was
Yeah.
an older lady that I was talking to. I was like, "Why you ain't at FedEx no more?" She's like, "Man, they gave me a settlement." You know what I'm saying? I got them in a
Mm-hmm.
position to where they had to drop off that money. So it's very hard to
Yeah.
sue FedEx.
Yeah.
The reason why it's hard to sue FedEx in Tennessee because out here the laws are different. Because you can
Yeah.
sue damn near any company out here, but in particular in Memphis, reasons why is Fred Smith is connected to a secret society called Skull and Bones. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? A lot of people don't realize how powerful Skull and Bones is, but look up the Skull and Bones for
Mm-hmm.
that. So pretty much Fred Smith got that shit locked down up in Memphis. He got everything
Right.
locked down.
And then
But
And shit. And then there's another thing that I really don't like about FedEx. It's the people, as far as how they professionally carry themselves.
Right.
Okay, like I worked with a guy, man, in international. When I worked on nights. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm not gonna. I ain't gonna say his name, but I'll say the flight that it was on that I was on back when I worked on nights from 2004 over international 2000 and February 2008. It was the Miami flight.
Right.
Okay. Now, and this motherfucker, now he a ramp agent. He still is. Motherfucker been out there for 30 fucking years. You need to sit your ass down. Next year be 30 years for him. Hell, and he got a Facebook page. I'll tell him that. I said, man, you been out there 30 years. You need, what you waiting on? Medicare? Sit your ass on down. You know? But
What, you wait
anyway,
on suicide? Hell, yeah, suicide watch or
huh?
something? You need to tell
Or
him that.
something.
You motherfucker, you waiting on suicide watch or some shit?
Or
Fuck out of
something.
here. Oh,
You waiting on first 48 to come out there or something? But no, I'm gonna tell you how professionalism it is. It's like, okay, Jimmy, if just say I'm your ramp agent, right? And if I have a problem with you doing, if I have a problem with, I'm coming to you. That's how a grown man. That's how a grown person supposed to do it. That's how any type of man or woman, if they say they're a grown man or woman, that's what they supposed to do.
right.
Okay. Oh, okay. This one guy, this one guy, uh, he had issues with me. Instead of him just talking. You're just coming to me talking
Right.
out now. Keep in mind, I forgot to tell you a little Easter egg. My pops and I, we did work on the same slide. Instead of him telling me what the issues is, he would go to my pops. You know, God rest his soul, by the way. He would go to my pops and tell him. I'm like, and when I confront him about it, I'm like, well, dude, you know, if you got a problem with me about something, why you just can't come to me? He would tell me, well, I feel, you know, I just figure it's best I tell your dad that he, no, that's bitch shit there. You know,
Oh!
I told him that. I said, no, that's bitch shit. I said, last time you know, last time a grown person told on me to my father before you did this shit was when I was little. That's it. You know,
Oh,
he did some little dumbass shit, but then and this another killer. Like he didn't want if he didn't feel like talking to you or nothing like that or whatever. Like you can ask him, hey man, you know, I'm gonna say his name. Like, hey David, how was your day? You know, something like, oh, it was good. But then if I ask him, man, don't worry, I ain't got time to talk about that. I ain't got time to answer that question right now. You focus on this and that. You know, a lot of them dudes take that shit too fucking take that job to the extreme and it's too personal. And I'm gonna say something. Rampage, they come to work. They don't do shit every day, but warrior, so to speak.
exactly.
Okay, that's all they do. They be a keyboard warrior. They pushing pens and pencils, and then they want to talk bad shit about you, and then they ain't got the balls to say it to your face. But like I said, speaking of pushing pens and pencils, this David dude would write fucking notes to have folks to tell me what I need to do. And I don't know if you remember, Jimmy, I linked you to the live journal thing when I talked about my FedEx. I gave you a good example of how he was.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody said that that man was a piece of shit. He said that was effed up what he did. But this is the killing part. When my pops had passed away, and a friend of mine, she's a rampage too. I don't know, God,
Yeah.
4 miles from now. I don't know why the hell she there. She told me when old boy found out about my pops passing, he was upset. I'm like, what this nigga doing upset about my pops passing away? He didn't give a shit about him, you know. He didn't.
Damn.
Yeah. So, but I'm gonna say this to all the Jimmy J Smooth's listeners, man. Whatever, because I'm gonna wrap it up in a minute. Uh,
Okay.
if you at your job or whatnot, no matter what it is, man, look out for one another, okay? Because Jimmy and I gave you a clear-cut example of a company like FedEx. And yeah, y'all probably say, well, it's not just FedEx. I know it's not just FedEx. It's everybody. It's every job. Whether you're at
Especially
a
if it got
gas
something to do
station,
with general labor. Especially
you
if it
know,
has something to do with general labor. Go
yeah,
ahead.
with physical labor or anything, it doesn't matter. Man, look out for one another. Even if you don't like your coworker, so what? Still look out for them. Just because you don't fuck with him like that out of work and all this and that, or it work or out of work, man, still look out for him. Cause hey, he got a family to go to. And
Yeah.
then when that person, if that person that you don't f with at that much, if something happened to him, that's on your conscience. You can't say it don't fall on you. It does. That's gonna fall heavily on your conscience. You know, don't take my word for it. Ask that low team that murdered that boy 3 years ago. They having a hard time sleeping at night. I don't even see how they still got a job.
And you know the funny thing about that, this person I'm no longer Facebook friends with, but it was a chick. I'm not even gonna put a name out there. But this
Mm-hmm.
bitch got the coon and talking about, well, she said some real coon ass shit, made it seem like the guy was at fault for killing himself out at FedEx, knowing damn well, you know what I'm saying, the company is responsible for that shit though. But I actually knew the guy
Mm-hmm.
because he used to work at night, and we used to talk about the Cowboy game because he was a real big Cowboys fan.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even think of the guy's name off the top of my head, but definitely rest his
I'll just
soul.
say CW. His name,
Yeah,
his initials are CW.
but he loved them damn Cowboys. If you know, if you hate the Cowboys, do not go to that motherfucker right there, because he would swear up and down every year the Cowboys gonna win the Super Bowl. He gonna talk some big shit to you. But I was always cool with the guy. The guy was a cool guy. Outside of
Mm-hmm.
him talking shit about them Cowboys, he was a good guy. And I didn't even know he had kids. That was the funny thing. He had two twin boys, and it was a sad
I know.
situation.
Well,
Go ahead.
he was the second one. I know who you talking about. CG's. Now CW is the one that got killed out there at night, but the other guy you talking about, yeah. But see, what I found out about him, he refused to take a day off because he had just got custody of his kids. He was like that. He refused to take a day off.
Right.
Even when they told him, hey man, you need to slow down, you know. And they said that they last heard he took the fueling job where it would accommodate with his schedule and everything. He said he even though he was gonna take a pay cut, uh, he wasn't too thrilled about that. He was just one of the dudes that we'll put it like this, he would go hard all the time. And that was it. But I know what you're talking about with that second incident. But
Yeah,
he had
I'm
just
talking
got
about.
custody of his sons.
Yeah, because I'm talking about the guy that died a couple of 2 or 3 years ago. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but
2 years ago.
yeah, 2 years ago. Because he also went to Fairleigh High School too, by the way,
Mm-hmm.
up in Memphis. But he, like you say, he just got custody of his two twin sons, and I didn't even know he had children. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Because I talked to the guy, you know, because I used to go back and forth day and night. I used to work day and night. And it killed me because it took a lot of time off me because I used to come in the daytime, then go in at night, at least 3 days out of the week.
Yeah.
Extra money just to take a vacation sometimes. Because a lot of times when
Yeah.
I took those double shifts, a lot of times those were the going trips. You know what I'm saying? And I went hard all the fucking time.
Yeah.
I'm glad I don't have to do that anymore. I can just work a straight 8 hours, a straight 10 hours, straight 12 hours. However
Mm-hmm.
many hours I'm going to work during the day and come back home and I'm straight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whereas I had to take double shifts just to get vacations, you know what I'm saying? Just to have a good time on my vacation because like you say, FedEx don't pay a lot. You know what I'm saying? Especially, you know, if you're just working those 4 or 5 hours a day. They don't pay a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I think
And I
some of
remember,
that needs to
man,
change.
and I remember when I got back from my job, because I got fired back in 2008. Uh, I got fired back around about that time. And I came back and I worked for an area, man. I'm thinking I'm going to get at least about like 20, about at least good 27, 28 hours. Crackhead, punk dunk ass manager, he stuck with the 17.5. And I told this man, I said, look, I ain't working no 17.5 hours. I said, because I got rent stuff I had to pay. I said, man, by the time I hustle up on 3 checks along my second job check to pay rent, guess what? It's gonna be time for me to pay next month. And ain't got no money for myself.
Right.
I said, I told him, I said, look, I need some more hours, man. I need to get back driving on the tug, doing this and doing that. Because working on the slide ain't cutting it. having us coming in at 11:45 every night and getting off the clock at 2:15, and then the only time that you say we compensate for some hours is we come in on Friday at start up at 11:15 on Friday, but you still be wanting us off the clock no later than 3. So that ain't no hours to me. So he gave me some little crackerbox excuse. I bid it on the tug driver job over the Mega Hub with my old boss. Man, I was happy as hell. Shit.
Exactly.
Oh,
exactly.
Shit.
So
then the Rampage be like, "Oh, you happy you back on the tug now?" Man, fuck you. I just told one dude, I said, "Man, fuck you." And the tug drivers and the tug drivers that they held in that flight, man, they be effing off all the doggone time. I'm like, okay. So,
oh yeah,
they, but yeah, like you said, they don't pay a lot, and it's the only way you can get paid a lot is you be on a full-time Rampage job, basically just sit there and be a desk junkie. That's all the Rampage is. A clerk that barely has a backbone, authority or backbone. That's all they are.
exactly. Because Rampages, they get cussed out more than anybody. They get roasted more than anybody. You know what I'm saying? The managers take a lot of flack too, but man, they
Yep.
get they get it. They get it. Rampages get it. And it don't take much to lose your job as a rampage out there saying it.
Yeah.
It don't take much.
I worked with some, man, that were pretty cool. Others just bona fide assholes, man. I mean, and I was like,
yeah.
damn. I mean, and hey, I'm pretty sure you work with some at times, man. You just had in your mind like, I want to knock the fuck out your ass. I really do. But
I swear, dude, I've had to cuss out a couple of rampages back in my day. When I first went on nighttime, was on nighttime, permanent nighttime for a whole year.
Mm-hmm.
I've had to cuss out at least 3 rampages. I've had to cuss out at least 3 rampages, and I've had to have other managers from the other side of the area, not my managers. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about other managers pulled me to the side. It was a black guy in particular. He was an AAU basketball coach. He pulled me to the side. He was like, "Man, dude, you gotta chill out, man. I mean, you my dude. You know what I'm saying? Because when I was taking up karate at this time, this is when I first started taking up karate. He was like, man, I know you want to go off, but he pulled me to the side. I was so fucking mad. He knew what time it was because he was another black guy that really looked out for me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So he pulled me to the side and told me what time it was, man. You know what I'm saying? He's like, man, just chill out, dog. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Older black guy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So there's many times I've had to let people know what time it is quickly.
I had my pops won the Rampage one time. He said, "All right, keep fucking with him." He said, "He talking about," and then the woman gonna say, "Dude gonna say, I don't give a fuck how he's military. Talking about he military all this shit." Said apparently he ain't learned too much shit, and that's what my pops said. Well, I'm gonna tell you what. I tell you what. You said you tell him that to his face, and he break your collarbone through your skin. You get back with me. He couldn't say nothing. He couldn't say nothing. And when I found out about it, I said, yeah. I said, my pop's right too, though. I said, but if you want to try me, you don't want that collarbone popping through your skin. You need to watch what you say. I told him at the time, I said, man, I really don't give a fuck about me losing this job. I said, hey, I'm getting a VA check still, veterans check and all this other stuff. You think I give a fuck about this job? No, I don't.
Yeah, I agree, man. I mean, and your dad was a veteran. Was he in the Army or Marine?
I was in the Army, National Guard.
Oh, you was or he was?
Yep, 6 years.
Oh.
Pops, he was in the Navy, and he had some SEAL training, and he fought in the war. Like he said, the war that nobody had no business being in. He said it fucked up a lot of people, and he tell me some things, and that's the one fortunate thing about me, man. I'm glad I didn't have to go no war and all this other shit. Yeah, I mean, we was close to it because they were so gung ho about us wanting to go over there when that shit was going on in Iraq that time when GW was in office. But yeah, I'm glad he was gone, man. So
Yeah, my homeboy I used to live with out here in Houston. He went back to Memphis, of course, and he wished he was back over here, of course. But anyway, he almost went to the fucking to Iraq. His they stopped his what they call it, the brigade.
Yeah.
His brigade, they stopped his brigade from going to Iraq just in time for him not to go to Iraq. But he would have went had they not had the
His battalion.
battalion not, had those guys not said nothing to him and be like, hey, because they were preparing to go to war and everything. They were preparing.
Hmm.
And his battalion, man, they told the battalion like, hey, y'all ain't going. So he got lucky. He got
Yeah.
real lucky because I know a couple of guys that went down there and crazy experience out there. Because some of the fighters, people he was fighting, they were telling all the black people, and I've heard this from multiple soldiers, not just uh, one person. I've heard this from multiple soldiers. They were telling all the black people of the Iraqi army. They were telling the black soldiers, go back to the United States, man. This ain't your war. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, the
Hey,
fuck?
I believe it. And and then the unit I was in, man, I had some dumbass black dick dudes too talking about, man, I'll be glad we go. Talking about, Craig, you need to go too. For what? So you can get the
Exactly.
experience? No, so I can get killed? No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hello,
So
happy, and especially the happy ass country redneck white boys that I served with too, man. I mean, damn.
yeah. Yeah. And my thing is, I'm saying if you're gonna go to the military as a black person, you know, make sure
Hmm.
you get all your fucking benefits. Don't half-ass get all your
Thank you.
benefits. Get every benefit that you can possibly. Because I don't recommend black people to go to the military.
Me
I
either.
just don't. I don't recommend it
I
at
mean,
all.
I did it, and I was gonna put it like this. I'm glad I didn't go regular because I remember I had a drill sergeant who had nerve to tell me you ain't gonna talking about you was in regular army, you wouldn't make it private, talking about you wouldn't make it. I said, well, you wanna know what the fuck I would have did. I told him that straight up to his face. I
Exactly.
said, man, you ain't. I said, you ain't. I said, hey, you ain't in no position to judge nobody. I was because if you were my
Exactly.
boss in the civilian world, and I told him, if you were my boss in the civilian world, as he said, somebody, if I was your boss, I tell you the same thing in your face. I said, yeah, if you was my boss, I tell you to kiss my ass, drill sergeant, for real. Just like what I did now. But I don't recommend. That's why I said sometimes the military ain't. It's not just for black people. It's not for anybody. Period. Cause
Uh huh.
I got my stepson here with me. I mean, he served a brief minute and stuff. He was telling me about what happened in I'm gonna say the post at Fort Lewis. I can believe it. A lot of people be surprised what going on in posts.
Yeah, that's true.
So, and then I'm glad, he followed my advice, the correct advice on how to handle military situations instead of someone having to tell him, well, when you ain't having a bad day, when you just having a bad day, just think of a song, some happy thoughts. And I just told him, I said, you do that, you're gonna be punked out of the military, man. Just follow my example. And he did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do. And like you make statements. And they talking about, well, can we have the original? No. Keep the original for yourself. You make copies. I said, need be, if you got a laptop, you copy your original statement on your laptop if you got to. I said, because
Yeah.
one thing the military love to do, they love to get rid of original statements.
That's true.
But as long
That's
as you
very
have the
true.
original along with copies, you good. So,
Exactly.
yep. But
Most
man,
definitely.
and then one more thing before I go. Yeah,
Okay.
you did say the reports about UCF interested in Kevin Sumlin. I'm gonna get back to this now because I get about 3 minutes of time because I'm get ready to go take care of some business. I think that'd be a good fit for him. But but what Scott Frost brought to the table at UCF not only was a high octane offense, but he had a lights out defense too. So Sumlin need to get
Yeah.
some D. He need to get some defense.
Exactly.
And
Or he gonna end up like Houston in 2000. What's
mm-hmm,
that? 2011. Houston
mm-hmm.
team. Yeah.
What was that game when they played in the BCS? They played Penn State. They had 95 yards in what 32 seconds.
Damn.
Shit. but I gotta say them teams he had in Houston, they did have a defense though. But I don't know what his issue was at Texas A&M, why he couldn't get no defense. Mike Norvell, let me be vocal about him. And I stand by my statement earlier. Mike Norvell's Memphis team will be up by 30 points, and he can do something stupid that'll fuck the game up, and Memphis will end up barely winning. That bullshit he did, that cost the Memphis the game. That turned the tide right there on an exciting game.
Exactly. I'm in agreement with
that. If you on fourth down, you should. I was telling the guy at Office Depot, when you on fourth down, just go ahead and punt. I said it was one of them little cup of coffee punts. You could have just boom. I understand the risk and reward, but punt the ball away. Stop them on defense like you did. Then when you get the ball back, you got the game won. Drive the length of the field. Either you go for the field, go for the touchdown, go for the field goal. But Norvell is bad. I wish Norvell would stop doing that, man. I mean, damn.
Exactly. I mean, because he couldn't do that at a major college school. That would never happen in his lifetime, the next lifetime, and the other lifetime that we can have. Hell, shit. Because he would get fired tomorrow. Yeah.
You already know. Because, man, if I was his boss, I'd be like, what the fuck was that?
Exactly.
Why can't you just learn to just go for it? Just punt the damn ball.
Or run the ball. The thing is, the dude do the interception in the goal line. Run the fucking ball a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Throw a
talking about Memphis or Central Florida threw the interception.
I'm talking about when he do an interception to the Central Florida defense. I'm like, dude, throw a screen or something, dude. You know,
yeah.
Come on, dude.
And see, Central Florida was hip to that screen too, so they couldn't throw too many screen passes too much.
Right. Yeah.
They couldn't. They couldn't throw that many. But like I said, it was a good game. But Norvell, if he get ready to go to Arkansas, he's going to get out that habit. Now, as far as Florida State's coach concerned, like I said, if they mess around and hire Jim McElwain, I wish them luck. Because, like you said,
you know what? If I was Florida State, I would go after Norvell. If they able to do that, I would go after Norvell if I was Florida State.
Hell yeah.
I think he would be a good fit.
Norvell just need to get a defense.
Yeah. How the fuck you winning 70 to 47 or some shit like that? You ain't. This motherfucker wins 65 to 35 or some shit like that. This nigga done gave up. This motherfucker give up 5 or 6, 7 touchdowns before he put up 70 or 80 points. Shit.
But I'm gonna dwell on that. I saw your video on the Jimbo Fisher thing because I was at work. I wholeheartedly agree on that because I'm gonna keep that one short because Jimbo, he really gonna have to get on the ball. He gonna have to be recruiting his ass off. Now that's that on that. But but like you saying about what I said about Jim McElwain, when he was at college, I'm gonna tell you what put him on the map of Colorado State. Cause see, and I was explaining to you, like you said, you didn't like his offense. Okay, I'm gonna tell you, I kind of see why you didn't like it because of the quarterbacks he had. When Will Grier basically hit out of Florida, you saw what it did, right?
Right.
Out of Florida, they really were on fire because that offense started getting on fire. Now, he was at Colorado State. His first year at Colorado State, he had a 3,000-yard passer, a 1,000-yard rusher, and 2 1,000-yard receivers.
Right.
Now, in his second and final year, he turned around. He had a 4,000-yard passer, 2 1,000-yard rushers, and a 1,000-yard receiver. And see, that offense, his offense really wasn't tailor-made for no SEC team, but it was more tailor-made for teams like in mid-majors, like the Colorado States and the San Diego States and all that. Hell, that offense would have been perfect in the Pac-12 school, But
yeah, because they don't play no defense in the Pac-12 at all. They don't play no defense.
Now the Mountain West, they play defense, offense and defense.
Well, they have to play defense. Half the motherfuckers are slow as hell. Have to play play defense.
Yeah.
They got slow ass players, so you have to play some type of defense. In the Mountain West, but with the Pac-12 and any mid-major teams, you're not. Ain't nobody playing defense in these mid-major schools no more. Shit.
Yeah, no. Shit. But hey, it's gonna be interesting all season for college football. Now the big question is, what Gus gonna do?
I think Gus already said from the report I've saw that Gus already said he's staying at Auburn, which would be a smart move for Gus Malzahn because
Yep.
you're giving up Southern Alabama, you're giving up Southern Georgia, and you're giving up Northern Florida. You know what I'm saying? Because their recruiting grounds is pretty much the same recruiting grounds as Florida State. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I think Florida State got more of the Gulf Coast than Auburn does. Auburn got Atlanta, Georgia locked down pretty much.
Yep.
Yeah, they pretty much got Atlanta, Georgia on lockdown. So if I'm Gus Malzahn, stay at Auburn. I mean, you might get cussed out. You might be in the hot seat for a couple of years, but I think, you know what I'm saying? You beat Alabama, in spite of being in the hot seat, you'll keep your job as long as you can beat Alabama every like that.
Yeah. Most definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
So just stay at Auburn. Don't give up your recruiting base. Because you go to Arkansas, you got to compete with Oklahoma, OSU. You got to compete with Missouri. You got to compete with LSU. You got to compete with Texas A&M. You got to compete with all the Texas schools to get that Texas talent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So just stay there.
Yep. Most definitely. Yep. Well, Jimmy, I'm gonna have to sign off on the live, man. Shoot, I enjoyed that, but probably on the next slide we're gonna talk about some
basketball.
Some of these I ain't been following basketball much. To be honest with you, I lost some interest in it.
Okay.
I mean, I've lost interest in the pro game, but some things I will follow. But like college, yeah, I'm gonna keep up with my boys, North Carolina. I'll watch some good games every now and then on that. So, but I ain't been following pro lately. But the only thing because we probably talk about that on another live feed. That little fuckboy shit the Grizzlies pulled. I wasn't too much of a fan of. I think nobody, not even everybody in the league, wasn't too much of a fan of that.
No, I wouldn't co-sign that at all. I wouldn't co-sign that in a million years. So,
no. Pierre was more worried about his damn company losing stock, and you gonna fire a dude because you listen to what Marc Gasol saying, talking about Marc Gasol want to go back to his old ways, like Steven Jackson. Then I'm gonna talk about it right quick. Steven Jackson made a good point. Having Chandler Parsons too. I don't know if you heard about that also. But Steven Jackson made a point about Marc Gasol. He said Marc Gasol need to wake up. Guys, this ain't the league. This ain't the league of big men no more, where everybody will knock you down. You go home all battered and bruised. Say you in the league now where not only they still do that, but centers out there popping up, pulling up threes and dishing out 14 and 15 assists, and he ain't lying. You know, he ain't lying.
That's true.
You know, he said Marc Gasol need to wake up, and he made a point. He said, didn't last year Marc Gasol hit about 43% of his threes last year?
Yeah.
You know, Steven Jackson told the truth, and he just told the truth about Chandler Parsons. He said that man talking about folks don't need to boo him. I boo you too if I'm paying you that damn much money. You can't stay healthy.
Exactly.
So
it is what it is.
Yep. But
it is what.
But all right, man. I'm gonna say this. I'm live on the Jimmy J Smooth Network. Y'all know how he do. This is Craig Smith from representing Hville, about to sign off on here because I'm about to go take care of some business. So,
hey, give him your YouTube page, by the way, before you go, man.
It's Craig Jericho.
Craig Jericho. Okay, most definitely, man. So,
Yeah.
man, everybody, if you're listening, you know what I'm saying? Go to Craig Jericho's page, man. He got some good material and stuff, though. But I'm going to sign off
I,
also. This your boy, live and direct in full effect out the 832. My boy all the way up in Huntsville, Alabama. You know what I'm saying? What's y'all area code, man? What's y'all area code
man,
over there?
the 358, the
The
35810.
358. The 358, and they don't play. So with that, I'm gonna sign off, guys.
That's it.
All right.